TikTok has 1 billion users globally. That is 20% of all global internet users. In the US, more than 1/3 of every mobile internet user goes to TikTok at least once a month. That's nearly 100 million Americans. TikTok has launched the career of thousands of internet personalities. It's changed the lives of countless users, kept everyone sane during the worst times of the pandemic, and is dead set on destroying all of that goodwill by breaking the things that made it special. And we'll get there in a minute, but first, who am I? My name's Caleb, and I'm a full-time boudoir photographer based in Bend, Oregon. And as of filming, I have 133.4 thousand followers on TikTok. I have several videos with multi-million views, and I was able to take my photography business full-time back in 2021 because of TikTok. TikTok was always about building and shaping community, finding people who valued the same things, shared similar opinions, and most importantly, helped us feel less alone. And it's throwing all of that away for myopic, indefensible reasons. I am far from the only small business owner who used TikTok to grow their clientele. I know of several other boudoir photographers alone who use the tools of TikTok to take their business full-time. The way the TikTok algorithm seamlessly connected you with the exact right people who were interested in your products or services was unlike anything that anyone had ever seen before. So think back to 2020. We're all in lockdown, the world is in chaos. But we all started downloading this silly little app named after a clock sound and started finding other people who were thinking the same things that we were, feeling the things that we were feeling, and it helped us feel less alone, less isolated. And oftentimes it connected us with amazing, wonderful new business owners who, because we followed them through the same struggles that we were facing, felt like friends, felt like family. So we felt comfortable working with them, buying their products, supporting bold and innovative new ventures. Because of that familiarity and community, many of us were able to take our businesses full-time. It was because TikTok connected me with people who resonated of my message of self-love and acceptance and the reclamation of your agency and identity and sensuality that I was able to quit my old soul-sucking job and become a full-time boudoir photographer. And I like to call this the TikTok effect. It had a major problem for the platform. See, a lot of us started to be able to pay our bills through the connections that TikTok made for us, and they didn't see a dime of that revenue. And they did not like that. So they started slowing people's views, throttling that flow of dopamine that us creators got from connecting with the perfect audience. And then conveniently, there were these little pop-ups everywhere, encouraging us that we could get this many more views if we just paid a few bucks here and there. And it would work sometimes. Sometimes playing ball a little on an ad spend on one video would end up trickling over to our other videos. And magically, all of them would start getting seen again. And then big corporations started moving onto the platform. And every 10 videos would be an ad. Then every 6 videos, then every 3 videos, and it became harder and harder for that TikTok effect to take place, and that sense of community started to waver. TikTok was built out of the bones of ideas that came before it. Vine let you infinitely scroll from vertical video to vertical video. Musical.ly had the lip sync and the dance challenges down pat. YouTube pioneered the creator economy, and TikTok's best feature was always its algorithm. Now, it was far from the first platform to use an algorithm to suggest content, but TikTok refined that algorithm to an almost spooky level. Remember when it used to be weird that you would get an ad on social media for something that you were just thinking about or talking to somebody about? Well, now it's almost weird if I don't get an ad based on things that I was thinking or talking about. TikTok has always been the master at connecting viewers with content that matters to them. But now it's kind of trying to widen that scope and shift it a bit. TikTok used to only have 15-second videos. Then it went to a minute long, then 3 minutes long, then 6 minutes long, now 10 minutes long. TikTok isn't YouTube, but it wants to be. TikTok stole the Be Real function from Be Real, and now Be Real's dead. TikTok stole stories from Instagram, who also stole that from Snapchat. TikTok used to only allow videos, but now you can post photos like pretty much every other app. And there comes a point when all of these different platforms try to be everything to everybody all the time. Like that stupid idea that Elon Musk has about Twitter becoming the everything app. But who wants that? I go to Instagram to look at cool photos that my friends posted, or see photographers that I follow and keep up with their cool work, or see what people are up to on a day-to-day basis through stories, which again, Instagram stole from Snapchat. I used to go to Twitter, but now mostly Threads, to see what ideas we're spreading, or to keep up with niche news and drama. I go to YouTube to see long-form content by creators, many of which I've followed for over a decade. And I go to TikTok to see fun, short, snappy, idea-filled content that lifts my mood. I don't want TikTok to try and occupy all of these functions, but I know it needs to try and do that. It needs to keep my eyes glued to that app so it can continually serve me all the ads it knows I want to see. And now it prioritizes videos that creators make that are over a minute long, because you can only qualify for their good monetization if you make videos over a minute long. But then it also adds a 2x speed function, so that way I can zip through those videos quicker. And all of that leads us to the most egregious issue that I think TikTok currently has. Okay, so you want to go viral on TikTok at the end of 2023? Here's what you gotta do. Step 1, sign up for our amazing new, never-before-seen TikTok shop for creators. Step 2, find a product in the shop that goes along with your niche. Step 3, buy that product, or if you have enough clout, see if you can get the brand to send you it. Step 4, make a video promoting that product and make sure it's over a minute long. Step 5, profit? I have an immense disdain for the TikTok shop. Remember that thing that we were talking about, the TikTok effect? The TikTok shop is literally a bastardization of that process. In version 1 of the TikTok effect, creators who were legitimately passionate about their products and services were connected with an audience who shared that passion and supported their effort. In version 2, you had to grease the wheels a little bit, but you could still get there. Now in version 3, you don't make a community around your passion. You sell cheap, drop-shipped, Temu reject garbage. See, creators don't go viral for their ideas anymore, or at least it's really rare. Creators go viral for selling a shadow work journal that can be yours for only $8 and I'll make $1.20. Or for hyping up the crop tuck, which see, it's viral right now. They made it be viral, which if you buy from my link, I will make $1.50. This is just a fundamental bastardization of that TikTok effect. This completely misunderstands why people bought things from creators that they found on TikTok. Why people would fly to a small city in the middle of Oregon and go into the desert with a complete stranger and take spicy pictures. There can be no trust building when the only thing you see from a new creator is them trying to sell you something. There can be no community when the only thing that you have in common with the people around you is that the algorithm thinks that you would both totally love this amazing astronaut galaxy lamp that can be yours for only $38, and I'll earn $7.60 from it. Now, I'm not gatekeeping people making money from social media. God knows we could all use it right now. But trying to make a quick buck selling other people's crappy products is not a sustainable way to build a real following. Much less to build a fanatical community who will support you in any project you undertake. The volume of TikTok shop videos is a real problem too. On my FYP, literally every third video or every other video is a TikTok shop video. It's gotten to where I don't even go on my FYP anymore. I just stay in my friends or following tab. And I know I'm not the only one. TikTok shop makes TikTok feel cheap and dirty and soiled. Like it's QVC 2.0. Like those Temu ads that plague people and follow them around the internet if they don't use an ad blocker. Ad blockers like today's sponsor. Just kidding. I'm not shilling for anybody yet. But like, if you do need an ad blocker suggestion, I use one blocker. I literally don't see any ads. Anyway, the TikTok shop is trying to speed up and make more accessible that TikTok effect. But all it's doing is irritating and alienating a user base that is already far too inundated with ads. And it just makes TikTok feel cheap. TikTok is at a crossroads. Will it choose to continue to be a tool of connection and community? Or will the worst impulses of capitalism and line goes up mentality ruin it? Guess we'll have to wait and see. But if it doesn't choose quickly, I can see it going the way of Instagram or even Facebook, where it's just like an obligatory app that you have to check a couple of times a day, but you really have no love for. I think that's a fate worse than death. At least Vine was dignified enough to be bought out by corporate overlords who shuttered it. And now, instead of seeing a 10-year anniversary edition of look at all those chickens, it just lives in the nostalgia part of our brain.
Free Shavakadu!
What are your thoughts on the current state of TikTok? Do you find yourself spending less time on there? Do you still see regular content from creators you started following like in 2020? I genuinely want TikTok to be better, to be its best self, so let's hope it gets back to that point. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And follow me over on TikTok at caleb.takes.photos. I'm also on Instagram and Threads at calebtakesphotos. And if you're interested in my photography and want to support that, join our community over on Patreon. The link's below. Anyway, let's continue this conversation in the comments and we'll see you next time. Perfect. That's so cool. Yeah, turn your face a little straighter. Back towards me a little bit. Yeah, perfect. And to your right, just a little bit more with your face. You're right. Yep, back this way, just a smidge. Perfect.